So when it comes to boat fishing, most people associate that with fishing abroad 9 times out of 10. Well, it's becoming ever increasingly popular over in the UK now. And there's a few things I feel that's worth noting to some of you guys that are thinking about getting out there, getting yourself a boat, and a little bit unsure of, you know, what you're going to need, and it can be a little bit daunting for you guys. But I can tell you now, boat fishing is some of the most exciting fishing you'll ever do. First off is a decent life jacket. You have to get yourself a life jacket. You should never ever step foot in any boat whatsoever unless you're wearing one of these. It doesn't matter how good a swimmer you are. You might be, you know, the best Olympic swimmer out there, but I can tell you now, if you knock yourself unconscious, doesn't matter how good a swimmer you are, you're not going to get back to the bank. So it's well worth getting yourself a decent life jacket. No excuses there on that front. So just to run you through some of the things that I carry inside the boat with me, first off is an oar. Now you might notice that I've obviously got an engine on the back of this boat, but if the battery was to die or something was to fail with the engine, I can always get myself back to the bank. Not only that, if you're crossing through somebody's swim, then you can obviously lift the engine up and then you can paddle past without wiping anyone's lines out. So engine wise, you know, there's an array of engines out there that you can choose from. For me personally, I've obviously got the £80 thrust one there, but you can get them from £80 right down to £35. It's entirely up to you how much power you're going to need. It all probably depends on the size of the boat and obviously the size of the lake that you might be using it on. So the higher the poundage of the engine, the more powerful that engine is. Another thing that I always have in the boat is my H-block markers. Now I tend to use these for when I'm dropping the rod, but don't like to actually leave them out in the water. I find that they're very unsafe when you leave them out there. Now the reason why H-block I find is dangerous is because you've got the line hanging off of the H-block. If a fish was to run into that, it's going to cause you all sorts of dramas. Whereas with the halo pole, if a fish runs past it, the pole will just lean over, line will fall over the top of it, and then it will just pop back up into its normal position. Another thing that is well worth having inside your boat is a little pouch to have your leads in, pair of scissors. Inside mine, I've got some captive back leads in there. I've got all my leads in there as well as a pair of scissors as well. You'll be surprised how much you'll need them scissors. And not only that, with leads, just in case a lead falls off of your lead clip or whatever system that you're using, the last thing you want to do is have to come back to the bank to get another lead. You want everything like that in the boat. So it's well worth having yourself a little mini tackle box always inside the boat. One of the other must-have items inside my boat are the clamps that you can see at the back here. Now I use these for after I've netted a fish. Can be a bit of a drama, especially if you've got a bit of a wind on the lake as well, by holding on to the net as well as controlling the boat at the same time. Using them clamps, you can just have the net draped over the side of the boat and then you can clamp it down to the side of the boat. Fish is nice and safe there, and then you're in full control of the boat, getting it back to the bank. And last but no means least, always make sure that you moor your boat up. Might sound like an obvious one, but a lot of people tend to just drag their boat up onto the side of the bank. The minute it gets windy, the boat can get dragged out of place and then it'll end up, no doubt, wiping everybody else out on the lake. So you don't want to be doing that. Always ensure that your boat is tied down.